Okay, hello everybody. Excuse the noise in the background real quick. Hi. Welcome to our coffee break. A little bit late today. It's been a crazy day of bead making, so I am not even going to show my face today because I'm too much of a mess. I'm sure you understand. So what we're going to do is just talk about beads, look at beads. I'm going to let a few people jump on in before I get started. So if you're here, say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'm going to share with you guys some color tips today about different ways to work with color, some things to keep in mind as you're designing your jewelry and picking out beads to go with your focal beads. So if you're here, say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, if you're new here, I'm Heather Powers from Humble Beads. I'm a bead maker, jewelry designer, artist and illustrator, author, all sorts of things. And every Friday I come to you guys to share a little coffee break and a little eye candy of what's new in the shop. So that's what I got going on. Hello. Okay, my comments are coming through. Hi, Lauren and Alan and Debbie, Sue, Ann, Lorraine, Chris. Oh, I'm so glad to see everybody here. Barbara and Shirley, hello. Yes, Friday. I'm so excited that it's a Friday. So do you guys have plans for the holiday weekend, or are you just same old? Oh, Candy, you're making your Changing Seasons bracelet today. Yay! I'd love it if you shared it in the group today so everyone can see. It's always so much fun to see how you guys interpret and make your own designs from my projects. So feel free to share it in the Humble Beads VIP group. I would love to see that. Hello, Lynn and Susan and Deb, Glenn and Kelly, Rosalinda. Hello, well, probably Rosalinda. Hello, Jennifer. Okay. So I have a small new series of beads today, and they're in one color combination, which is this navy blue, little bits of orange, yellow, and a lighter blue, some peachy colors, and brown. And this is my color inspiration for today. It's actually the shirt that I'm wearing actually inspired my color combination today. So that's what I'm going to be I'm going to share with you guys what I've made for the new little set of beads with this color combination. But I'm going to show you guys 3 different ways to think about color when you're matching things up to your focal beads. So hopefully today will be not only inspirational and some beautiful eye candy, but I will also share a little bit of knowledge with you guys. Sue, I love that you're picking apples from your apple tree and making apple dumplings and applesauce. That just sounds like the most perfect September weekend ever. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to pull together your color combinations to match your focal beads. And my first little focal beads that I have are these little tiny birds. These like just got out of the oven. I haven't even painted their little gold details on them yet, so they'll have little flashes of gold on them when they're done. But this is my first little bird, and actually everything mixes and matches, so you could use any bird with any color combination here. But I wanted to first talk to you guys about a monochromatic color scheme. And so a monochromatic color scheme means you pick from all one hue. Excuse me. So yellow and cream is my hue. So yellow would be the hue, and then tints would be more of this cream color where you add white to yellow to get this lighter yellow creamy color. And then we have flashes of gold in here too. You'll notice in my little color combination here, what I have is a wide variety of different shapes. So you can see I have the leaves, little flowers, tiny little bell flowers, some round beads, some faceted. So all of these different shapes, even though they're the same color family, add a lot of interest. I'm also mixing high contrast, where I have very, very light, well, this is like white with a little bit of yellow on it, and then all the way to very dark, dark gold colors. So I'm mixing light to dark values, where I have the lightest of a color and then a very dark shade of a color. And I'm also mixing textures. And so I have matte finishes, satin finishes, shiny finishes, iridescence. So all of these add a lot of interest to a monochromatic color. When you pick a monochromatic color and you're working all in one color family, you definitely want to mix up these different elements so that you have a lot of interest to your design. And some things that I pulled together. Okay, Lynn, can you please name my bird for me? It doesn't have a name. Other than being forest folk or bramble birds, that's what I usually call them. And so you can see the little birds are different on both sides. Each one is unique, but they all have the same basic color combinations, and everyone comes out a little bit different. And these are all made with polymer clay. I also paired together my gold disc beads, would look really cute with this. You could also go with a more monochromatic focal bead, where instead of pulling in all the different colors or having different colors in your focal bead like this guy has, you could go with just mainly yellow. So Autumn Blush, that's a good name, Gina. I also wanted to pull out this little guy. I have a few of these in stock that I'll be putting in the shop today, and so it's time for trees and fall things. So even though this is a little wintry, it still works in the fall realm. And a few accents that I picked out would be the large 22 millimeter flower in this transparent in Picasso color, and then I have a brass sleeve pendant, and this is from Vintage that we carry. The little gold ring with the leafy clasp, very sweet. And then of course my favorites, little branch connectors, and then we have my connector ring, which I love, clustering on different little elements underneath with a bird on top. Makes a great little pendant. And then we also carry these gold twig branch clasps, and so I liked all of these together. Since I'm doing monochromatic, I wanted to keep all my findings in that gold monochromatic color. So something to think about. And then also for those of you who have been ordering made to orders, this color combination would go spectacular with the leaf designs that we have in the shop right now. And you can order the faux tin. I think we're going to go for another week where we have the made to order items in this combination that we have right now. Okay, so let's move on to the next grouping. And so this one, what I've done is used my focal bead and taken colors, each color from my focal bead. So instead of using just one main color, what I'm doing is using all of the colors that are in my focal bead. So I have a little accent of each color that would be in my focal bead. And it would be up to you to determine which one you would want your main color to be, with little accents of each color on the sides. So I've picked out, again, using the same principles, where I've picked out lots of different shapes, textures, and finishes on these beads, and also using the high contrast of lights to darks. So this is the little bluebird that I have, and you can see he has all the little colors that are below here that would match very nicely with all the different check glass. This is a little more playful of a design. You get a little more funkiness in it. I really like it. A lot more fun. And also, when you use all the little colors, they really matched with the little Nature Finds feathers and clasp that I had. So I kind of pulled this color scheme to go together with that too, if you guys have ordered that. I also really love how all the colors are picked up from the long beads too. Indigo bunting. I like these names, guys. And I also think the little white bead contrasting with all of the colors would be really fun. So this set is where you pick all the colors from your focal bead. And when you're using a lot of different colors, like I said, you would pick one main color to repeat over and over again, and then maybe just smaller accents of the other colors. So you wouldn't use equal amounts of all these different colors. Well, you could. That would be fun. But it'll be a little more pulled together if you had one main color and then use the little accents of all the different colors. It's something to think about. And then the findings that I have for this, I pulled together a hammered clasp, and these are made in America, and these are 24 plated carat, no, 24 karat plated gold. I'll get it over pewter, and I really love the color of these plated finishes. And then we have the little artisan market pieces that I designed for vintage, and you can only find these exclusively in my shop. And so I really love how the gold would play with all of these colors. You could even do like a bead soup with all of these knotted together and just pick one or two as the main color and then the other colors as little tiny accents. And then with this one, I would also mix my finishes a little bit more, where I was using the bright gold with the darker brass. You can see we have the branch connector. I pulled out the oak leaf because it's time for all the leaves. All the leaves. Oh, Ellen, I'm so glad you just got your goodies and you're going to have a creative weekend. That's so exciting. Okay, so let's move on to my last little set here. I'll move my camera over just a bit. And this set is... let me catch my breath for a second. I've talked a lot, haven't I? Just a short little time. This set I'm using complementary colors. So complementary colors are straight across from each other on the color wheel. And you can see on my beads, that's the way I've designed these, is that when I have orange, I've mixed in blue so that orange and blue are directly across from the color wheel, red and green, purple and yellow. So those are complementary colors. So when you put complementary colors together, they actually stand out a little bit more. So they have a little pop when complementary colors are put together. So here, this combination that I've used uses the copper and a really dark metallic blue and a lighter metallic blue. And so this is a perfect example of complementary colors working together. And they would go with all of the other birds too. Everything is mix and match. Each color combination would work with every different little bird here because I've used complementary colors in all of the designs. And then you could use the little blue bird, and he really pops against the orange. And you would make that work together by using bits of blue with the orange. And my findings for this, I would go with a mix of coppery findings and pewter. And you kind of have the cool and the warm playing together, just like you did with the cool and the warm playing together down below here. And so here are some of the little pieces that we have in the shop. I have these little leafy berries, the tree, and the tree is a button, so this would make a really cool clasp. Then we have the hook and eye clasp that has the little wrapped wire detail on it. Then we have the tree branches in pewter, and again oak leaf because it's September. Oh, and I also pulled together This little garden leaf too is also great for this time of year. And I really love how these look underneath my birds. I feel like that's just like made to work together. Definitely. And we also have disc beads in that copper color that match really well with the little bird. And here I have this little guy that I'll be putting in the shop, and he works really well with the complementary colors because they're also in the picture too, even though it's a little bit different shades, and the dark orange is only little tiny details in here. I would still use this color combination to pull out those details. And then we have the little blue that matches the background. So 3 different things to think about, you guys, when you're pulling together your orders or thinking about what kind of beads work with the focal beads. So you can go complementary. You can go pick a little bit of all the colors from your focal bead, or you can go with one color, the monochromatic, and go from there. All right. I won't have any more kits from Wednesday's bracelet, Kathy, but we do have a lot of the materials on our website that you can use to put together. I don't have any more of the chain. I didn't have a huge supply of it, so all the kits that we had for sale were listed, and we won't be making any more for this week because we'll have a new kit for next week, and we'll be working on that. Always something new, right? I am thinking about, and tell me guys what you think of this. Would you like a kit project that I do once a month where I offer like 25 or 30 of the kits, where you can have a lot more of you ordering the kits? We usually do smaller smaller quantities of kits, just because we don't always carry a lot of those beads in stock. But would you like once a month where I do a kit where we offer a lot of them and you guys can pre-order it, and then like at the end of every month on a Wednesday we'll do the project together, kind of like we did for the Great Bead Extravaganza? What do you guys think of that? Let me know. Do you like that idea? Are you okay with the way kits are going now? What do you guys think? Kathy, I have a supply list at humblebeads.com on the blog. It's the first post, and the supply list is right there for you guys, along with the replay of the video. So you can go to humblebeads.com and then go to the blog tab, and on the blog tab it'll be the first post on there, so you guys can watch that. Oh yes, that works. You missed the lives during the day. Well, good. All right guys, I will put my thinking cap on for a project for the last Wednesday in September that I could do, and then the Great Bead Extravaganza will be in November, and so I'll probably save my big kit for that for November, but October we'll do an October kit. I like that you guys like this. Yay! So I have more new beads coming next week, and I have a lot of Halloween themed things in mind for next week. So if Halloween's your jam, I think you're gonna like next week as we get ready for a little spooky time and playing with the colors of Halloween. What time will the video on the end of the month be? For the kit of the month, that would be the same 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be in place of the regular Bead Table Wednesday for the last week of the month is what we'll do. And happy birthday early, Kimberly, September 13th. That's exciting. Lori, the kits will be different prices depending on what beads we put together and use. So it all depends on the beads, but I try to keep the kits in the prices between $25 and $45 depending on how complex the project is. So if that helps you budget things at all. All right, crows. I like that idea. Do you want all black crows or do you want crows with flowers? What do you guys think? I've done both, so let me know. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this session. I hope you learned a little bit more about color and gave you some ideas for matching up beads. I'm not going to list the new beads today because I still have some more that are going in the oven. We have disc beads to match all of these. So I'm going to put the new beads up tomorrow at noon. So new beads tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. And we have lots of the little birds that I've made. I made quite a little flock of all the little birds. And then, where's my other one? Oh, the blue one. So that's my color combination. I've made lots of these little birds, and then I did long beads like the ones you see here. And we also have discs that match all of these. So those will all be listed tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. We've just been working away getting orders out today since we want to actually take some time off this weekend. Susan, you say both. Why make you guys choose, right? Definitely. Oh, I like the idea of orange blossoms, Lynn. Oh, you've been wanting 2 more black crows, Patty. Good. With flowers. You like the humble bead bluebird, Lynn. Yes, thank you guys. All right, so I'm going to go because I need to get the orders out for today. Oh, we will have, if I've sold out of yellow birds in my shop, I do have another little batch of them. So those will be in the shop tomorrow at 12 o'clock too, along with a few little new faux tin pieces. There's also a collection of faux tin pieces you guys can do made to order. Oh, a crow with a sunflower. That's good too. That's really good for September. Maybe the orange would be better for October. Maybe I'll have a different blackbird, quite a few of them. There could be all different ones, right? The possibilities are endless. Unfortunately, my time is not. So I'm going to go. You guys have a great holiday weekend. I hope you get to take a day off or the weekend off. I hope you do something fun and creative. And I will see you guys next Wednesday for Bead Table Wednesday with some new fall Halloween inspired bead combinations. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Nancy, I definitely love leaves, and it's hard to see, but these little guys have little leaves on them. And so you can see little leaves on these little birds, and then here you can see more leaves. Oops, helps if I put it in the camera. And I have little oak leaves on some of them, but they're kind of, oh, this guy has a nice little oak leaf right there. So yeah, definitely love the little leaves. All right, guys, take care. I'm off. Keep leaving little suggestions. Susan, I love the idea of pumpkins, and definitely they've been floating around in my head. And because in case you guys don't know, I am a total fall nut, and if I could have everyday fall, I would. All right, guys, you take care and have a great weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday for Bead Table Wednesday. The website update will be tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, humblebeads.com, and that's also where you can find the supply list for yesterday's project. Just go on the blog, and there'll be the first post there, and there's the whole supply list, along with a link on the website to all of the beads that were featured in the video on Wednesday, so that you guys don't have to go scrambling. You can just find it all on one easy little link there. All right, guys, take care. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.